Hello and welcome to the Life Waves Practice. My name is Sarah Bainbridge and today I'd like to share with you one of my top tips to quickly and easily relieve tiredness and relieve stress as well. So at this time of year we're starting to head into the winter months and energy can start to feel a little low and we can all start to feel a little bit tired. Many of us have had quite an icy blast in the last few days and it's really start to feel that winter setting in and that desire just to huddle underneath the duvet all the time. But of course we've got life to live and there's things that we have to do. Also, we're getting into that run up to Christmas, aren't we? And things are starting to hot up a little bit of stress starting to build up and it can sometimes feel a little overwhelming. Stress and certainly just a general feeling of a lack of energy and tiredness must be the number one thing that clients mention when they come into the practice. The one thing that they complain about and the one thing that they really want to do something about. So this is a tip that I share with them and that I want to share with you today to help you quickly and easily do something about that. And they find it really useful, so I hope you will too. So just a little bit of a science behind what I'm going to show you. Now, when the body gets low on energy and stress starts to build up, which also starts to sap your energy, it tends to go into that mode of trying to look after the key functions, the key organs. And so certain physiological changes will start to happen in the body. It'll start to take energy away and blood flow and all the things that go with it, start to take those away from areas that it doesn't consider to be that important and divert them to areas that it does. So its top priorities are things like your heart and your lungs and your liver and your kidneys, all those things that just keep you alive on a second by second basis. Now, strangely, one of the areas that it diverts blood and energy away is actually the front part of your brain, the bit that's here. It does seem a little odd, doesn't it, when this is what's keeping everything going. But from your body's perspective, it's less important at this point in time. So as the blood and energy drains away from here, this part of your brain is where you're doing all your minute-by-minute thinking and processing. So all those thoughts that are going on in your head all the time, what shall I do next? I mustn't forget to do this and so on and so forth. It's all being processed here. So you can imagine that as the blood starts to drain away from there, as the energy, what little energy you feel you have, starts to drain away from there, then that thinking starts to become difficult and you'll recognise this. I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. That brain fog, that feeling of overwhelm, can't remember this, what was I doing, where do I need to go? And that just adds to the stress and the tiredness. It just makes you feel more her. So if you find that happening to you, try out this technique to get that energy flowing back. So what we're actually going to do is to apply pressure to what are called pressure points up here. So these neurovascular points, they're called. And by applying gentle pressure to those, it encourages the blood flow back, it encourages that energy back, and you'll start to think clearer. And as a result, that energy will boost up. So it's very, very simple to do. All you have to do is take your thumbs and place them at either side of your temples here. So I hope you can see with my glasses on. So it's just that little bit just at the side of your eye where there's a slight indent. So just place them gently there and then lay the rest of your fingers along the forehead. It doesn't really matter where, just along here as feels natural. And then just hold that. So for 2 or 3 minutes, hold that. And while you're doing that, you can take some deep, relaxing breaths because that will help too. And as you do this, you may feel that energy, that blood starting to come back in and your thoughts starting to clear. So if you just hold that for a few minutes, then that'll do nicely for bringing that energy back. So you can hold that for, like I say, a few minutes is ideal. If you feel you need a little bit longer, that's fine. But this is something that you can do fairly quickly, fairly unobtrusively if you're out and about. And you know, we often do it, but naturally, don't we? If something's going, like this, you hold your head in your hands. It's just that body's natural reaction to get that blood flow back to this area here so that it can start to think clearly. So next time you're feeling a little bit tired, you need a little bit of a boost, or that things are starting to get a little bit overwhelming, try holding your neurovascular points. Have a go at it and do comment below and let me know how you got on and whether it worked for you. Now, obviously, we all feel a little bit tired from time to time. That's just natural. But if you're feeling tired a lot of the time, so you have that chronic tiredness, that chronic lack of energy, then that usually suggests that there's something a little bit more deep-rooted going on. There's a disturbance at a deeper level, and you may need a little bit of help with that. So if you feel that may be an issue for you, or you'd like to know more about the technique that I've just showed you, or maybe some other techniques, you've got some specific requirements, then do let me know. Either pop a question in the comments below, or if you feel that's a little bit too public, just send me a private message and I will get back to you and let you know. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope you join me again another time for another simple tip. Bye for now.